To the new and returning members of the California State Senate, congratulations and welcome. To your spouses, to your children, to your mothers, to your fathers, to your friends, to your supporters, welcome to the state capitol, because public service is certainly a family endeavor, and it's certainly a community endeavor. Members, we gather here in December of 2010, and this is a happy day. And it is a great day, but it is also a challenging day. It was King Henry V who said in one of the famous Shakespeare plays, "Once more into the breach." I say, and I'm no Shakespeare, that you can't always pick your time, but sometimes the time picks you. The time has picked us, members, to help California through one of the most daunting chapters in its history. And the people expect us to not just help them get through it, but to do our part to help make their lives better. We face problems, members, and challenges that we have been facing for many, many years. But now, there are a new set of rules in place. On November the 2nd, the voters gave the majority party, the Democrats in the legislature, the power to approve a budget. On November 2nd, the voters gave the minority party, the Republicans, the power to veto new fees. And on November the 2nd, the voters elected a governor who pledged simply, clearly, and repeatedly from the first day of his campaign that there would be no new taxes that the people do not approve. Teddy Roosevelt summed up these rules almost a century ago. He said, "Do what you can with what you have and where you are." But while the rules have changed, on my watch, we will always fight to protect those who cannot protect themselves. My friends and my critics all agree on one thing about me. They say that I'm an optimist. I confess. In fact, I'm proud of it. It was Winston Churchill who said, "A pessimist sees the difficulty in every opportunity. An optimist sees an opportunity in every difficulty." So when confronting the difficulties of our times, members, I see opportunity, and I know you do too. What if we began, as a Senate, to think more about the flip side to the limits of our power? Our power as state leaders cannot, in fact, fix every problem, but we can give people power to fix more of their own problems. We must balance the budget on time this year with the structure that is before us. Yet we also must begin to change the beat our heads against the wall debate about state spending versus state taxes. We will only change our course if we move toward two easy-to-understand principles in California. One, services must be brought closer to the people. And two, whoever best provides the services raises the money. We can give local voters more power to raise the revenues they want to provide themselves with the government they want in their own communities. The budget, members, of course, is not our only responsibility. Building a high-wage economy is equally important. Cannot we figure out, with all the great minds and the resources at our disposal here, how to create a clean energy, clean technology future and make it the employment future for our children? And while we are at it, can't we change the education discussion in California to be less about conflict and instead about making curriculum, subject matter, evaluation, and accountability learning? Can't we make it more about learning and learning's relevance to the job opportunities in the new economy and in the new world? That's the education reform debate for 2011-12 here in this legislature. How do we connect education to the economy in a more profound way that gives every child a pathway to academic success, a pathway to higher education or the training to be able to get a good job? And to create those jobs, we can give businesses the power to compete by getting ourselves out of the way, yet continue standing in the way of those who would damage our environment. We can replace unemployment checks in California with paychecks if our governments start buying what Californians produce. Members, we can't legislate perfect equity, but we can legislate equal opportunity. Everyone gets a chance. A DREAM Act so that everyone can earn their way. Members, as California had two more different governors than Ronald Reagan and Jerry Brown. To my Republican colleagues who may fear that giving local voters power so that they might impose some taxes on themselves, remember what Governor Reagan himself said in his first inaugural address. It is hard to explain those who even today would question the people's capacity for self-rule. And to my fellow Democrats who may fear that giving away our power is a threat somehow to social progress, this is what Governor Jerry Brown once said: where there is a sufficient social movement of self-reliant communities, there can be political change. Members, the budget and the fiscal challenges will no doubt dominate much of our time and much of our attention. And the imperative to fix it is obvious. But there is another, less obvious reason to fix it early, to fix it fairly, to fix it fundamentally, and to fix it right, no matter how difficult or painful. The budget imbalance, members, let's admit it, has a corrosive impact on everything else we do. Its lingering and constant presence obscures the groundbreaking work that this legislature accomplishes year after year. Its domination of our time and our attention prevents the talent in this historic building from forging even greater advances or more carefully scrutinizing the laws we do pass every year. California has been and continues to be the birthplace of nationally recognized model legislation to protect the environment, to fund public infrastructure, to protect consumer safety, to provide mental health services and quality education, and so much more. The California legislature, our great institution, is in fact a great institution. The Times and the voters have picked us. They've picked us to resolve this budget. Let's get on with it so we can concentrate on rebuilding California's greatness once again. Members, there was a founding father, not as famous as some of the others, who simply defined the greatness of our nation, the United States of America. It was United States Senator, he had kind of an odd name. His name was Governor, that was his first name, Governor Morris, who said in 1800, "It is in the national spirit. I anticipate the day when to command respect in the remotest regions, it will be sufficient to say, I am an American." Its message rings true in 2010 in our great state. It is time for us to raise the collective public spirit, to celebrate our state's stature in the world, to rebuild the California that we are all proud to represent. One day soon, it will be sufficient to say, I know, we are Californians. Congratulations to each of you. Thank you. Enjoy the day. Families, you know that you deserve all of the accolades in the celebration as much as the members themselves. Have a wonderful day, and let's get to work tomorrow. Thank you very much.